Study Guide 9, number 15. Find the area and the circumference of the circle. Use 3.14 for pi. I didn't have, on this program, I didn't have a pi key, so I had to just use the word pi. The formula for area is pi times r squared. And the formula for circumference is pi times d, which is the diameter. Well, in my circle, the whole diameter is 6 miles, I believe is what they've got on this one. So I'm going to use the 6 for the diameter here. So I think I'll come over here and do this one first. So I've got 3.14 times the whole diameter, which is 6. Sometimes you're just given the radius, and you'll have to double it to get the diameter. So here I'm going to go over here and multiply. And put my 2 decimal places and not forget my units. And remember, circumference is a distance, so it's just miles. Now area is covering the circle. So we've got pi times, now if the diameter is 6, then from here to here is the radius, and that's 3. So we're only squaring the radius. Aunt Sally says you do parentheses, which we don't have, and then you do the exponents, and then you do the multiplication. So I've got 3.14 times 3 squared, which is 9. So let's go right here and do 3.14, oops, I left my decimal out there, times 9, 36, 9, 10, 11, 12, 27, 28.26. Now we were multiplying miles times miles when we squared that, so that's square miles. 3% problems. I'm going to write them as equations, and I'm actually going to come down here at the bottom and do those. So number 16, if you can still see it, what percent, that's my unknown, so I'm going to let that be my x, of 20 is 12. Well, notice we've got a 20 attached to my x by multiplication, so we need to divide, and then x equals, now remember, we always divide the denominator into the numerator. Now 20 won't go into 12, so let's go ahead and add, I may need 1, 2, we'll see what I need, but I'm going to go ahead and bring that decimal straight up. This can't be a decimal, and it's not, so 20 doesn't go into 12. 20 goes in 126 times. Now, you can go ahead and do the 0 if you want to, and so you've got your 2 decimal places. Now, it didn't say what decimal of 20 is 12, it said what percent. So 60 hundredths is 60%. So x equals 60%. Number 17. 15%, we need to change that to a decimal, of 160 is, that's my equals, what? Well, notice my x is already by itself, so all I've got to do is multiply, and I'm going to put the 160 on top. So I'm going to multiply by 5, 0, 30, 8, 0, 6, 1, 14, carry 1, 2, with 2 decimal places. 15% of 160 is 24. You already have a percent in the problem. You only have 1% per line, per problem. Number 18. 30%, I'm going to do that as you can do 0.30 or 0.3 of x, there's my unknown, is 12. And I should have written that down here. Let me come down here and put this. 0.30 times x equals 12. Well, notice my x is not by itself, so I need to get rid of the 0.30. And we get x equals, now in this case we're dividing the bottom into the top, so we're going to divide 0.30 into 12. There's my decimal. Now, this can't be a decimal, so I got to move it over 2. So I'm going to have to add some zeros and move it over 2. So 30 doesn't go into 12, but 30 goes in 124 times. Bring down your 0, and then 30 goes into 0, 0 times. So x equals 40. Number 19, we need to simplify the square root of 98, and it's not a perfect square, so let's do the factor tree. I think I'll come down here and do that. So I'm going to do, y'all are used to, most of you used to either the tree or I'm going to do the birthday cake. So 98 is even, so I'm going to divide by 2, and 2 goes, if you divide it out, it goes 49 times. Well, 2 won't go into 49, and 3 won't go into it, and 5 won't go into it, but 7 goes 7 times, and you're looking for pairs of numbers. So the square root of 98 is the square root of 7 squared, and you have a leftover 2. Now let's separate that into 2 square roots. This is the square root of 49, which is a 7. We'll take that out, and we're left the square root of 2. Underneath. Now you can leave it like that, or you can put them together just like this. And then number 20, the square root of 27, let's do its factor tree. I think I can do that over here. 27 is not even, but it is divisible by 3. Now it's got 3 3's, but I only want them in pairs. So I'm going to write the square root of 3 squared times 3. Let's separate them into a perfect square and the leftovers. That's the square root of 9, which is 3, and what's left underneath is the square root of 3.